21.
Great to see you.
Good to see you
Kathy
again.
and Peter here.
Yep.
And this is our FlossTube number 21.
21 already.
Yeah, 21. Today is the 6th of January.
7th, isn't it?
Is it the 7th?
I think it's the 7th. Yeah.
Oh, today's the 7th.
Today is a day. And
It's Saturday.
And for some of you who may know us, they may be surprised. It hasn't even been 4 months and we're already doing another
I know
FlossTube.
it. Yay.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something? Yeah, we're going to try to come back more often so we don't have quite so much to show. But even still, we've got a lot to show you today.
We do. We do. Yeah,
but before we get started, Peter's going to play us in.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a rainy day out here in Carolina. And that's what passes for winter nowadays down around these parts. And that's okay. I mean, we need to be, in all things, we need to give thanks. I made a post this morning on Facebook about the light. And what is the true light and what the lights come from. In Isaiah 60 and verse 1 talks about rejoice, for a great light has come. And that light is Jesus. And that's what this little song's about. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Even in the cold and rain, I'm gonna let it shine. Even in the cold and rain, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Okay. Under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Right under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, this little light of mine, join me. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, thank you for that.
Oh, I love that.
That's fun. Thank you for letting me share that with you. I like to make noise wherever I go, but it is a joyful noise.
Yeah, well, thank you for your willingness to share that.
My pleasure.
God's definitely given you a talent, and you're using it.
Well, I try to. They haven't run me out the church yet, so that's good. It's a good thing.
I love to hear
So
you
glad to
play.
be here with you guys
Play
today
and
again. I
sing.
tell you, with my best pal and friend here, Miss Kathy.
Yeah. And little Leo.
And little Leo, of course. Little Leo. Can't forget little Leo.
No, he's doing
Yeah,
good. Leo's
yeah.
doing good. Yeah. It's rainy here, though. He does not like the rain. So I just took him out a couple of minutes ago, and I really had to coax him to get onto the
You know,
grass.
his little twinkle toe touches the water, and it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
He's not happy about
What a
that.
wimp.
Anyway, welcome to our FlossTube, and we're so glad you're here. I hope you'll sit with us for a while and just visit. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a beautiful New Year.
Yes.
And that everything was well for you and for your family.
Yes.
We had a wonderful holiday.
We did. It was
Yeah.
very nice. Visit my mom there in Lexington, North Carolina
Yeah,
for
Christmas
the day.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, we just kind of stuck around here.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was
great.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot to show you today. I've got 2 FFOs,
We got
2 new starts, and 14 whips. And then Peter's got a bunch too.
She's been busy.
Really
She's been
pretty
busy,
stuff.
folks. Really. Yeah. We got some new stuff, neat stuff, whole stuff,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. to show
And you know, we were just talking that we really can't do shop news because we can't separate that, because Peter, you know, he is the shop.
Yep.
And what he's
I
making
am the shop.
is for y'all and for me.
For anybody else who asks.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, friends, neighbors.
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, you've got something the neighbor asked for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, apparently, our neighbor thought I didn't have enough business.
Yeah,
So
she's drumming up business.
this is killing me here. Anyway.
Oh, anyway, so there's always a place for that, I guess.
Yes.
So we're going to just jump right in. New Year's Eve, I did, for the first time, Abid had started many years, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, not many years ago. Anyway, NYE 12 by 12. And it started out with 12 new starts for the New Year's Eve. And you were supposed to start 12 noon and go to 12 midnight. Well, it has, you know, changed throughout the years, and some people do 12 new starts, some people do 6 whips, 6 new starts, some people do all whips. I decided to do all whips because I've got 45 whips.
45. Wow.
So I need to try to, tackle those every chance I get. And even if it's just an hour's worth of stitching, it still helps.
Absolutely.
It still counts.
Yep.
So I joined in with that, and it was so much fun. Kim, the contented needleworker, had talked on her last FlossTube about Sandy, stitching with Sandy, who was going to do a Zoom. I told y'all about this the last video. And so I got in touch with Sandy, and she sent me the Zoom link, and we just had a ball. It was so much fun. I love making new stitching friends and just finding out what they're doing, what they're stitching on, and
it's always a good thing.
Just the chatter that goes on is just, and the laughter is just a lot of fun. It's a
good fellowship.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
So I did, in that I found some new floss tubers too that I want to share with you. Of course, Sandy, and that is Stitching with Sandy, and she is delightful. So if you haven't seen her, you need to go check her out. She is bubbly and energetic. She has 5 children, so I guess that's,
Got to be energetic.
Got to be energetic. She's a teacher.
She's got a floss tube, right?
She's got a floss
tube.
What's
her floss tube name?
Stitching with Sandy.
Stitching with Sandy.
Yep.
How about that? Okay.
Stitching with Sandy, and it's she's also on Instagram with the same name. And I'll do links down below for these, so it'll take you quickly to them.
Yeah, and it just occurred to me, we introduced ourselves, but this is the Carolina Cross Stitcher right here.
Carolina Cross Stitcher on Instagram, and
I'm her sidekick, Pete's Bee Skips.
Pete's Bee Skips. We are a team.
How about that? Only 6 minutes into the video, we finally introduce ourselves.
And this is Leo, of course. We
we
introduced
him,
Leo.
Yeah. We got important stuff.
Yeah, but another floss tuber that I met in the Zoom was Karen, the Stitching Owl, and she is amazing. I watched one of her videos. She has a voice that is just very succinct. She reminds me of Judy Whitman. She just has that lady, distinctive voice, just very, very feminine, beautiful. And at the end of her floss tube, she plays piano.
Wow.
And she is a marvelous pianist.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got to get together and do some jamming.
Well, she does the classicals.
Oh, well, I can reduce her down there. I'll teach you bluegrass. Maybe you can teach me classical. I don't know.
Also found out about Laura. Laura is stitching by the shore, and I've watched one of her floss tubes, and she's a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching her. Renewing Stitches with Amy. I haven't had a chance to catch her yet, but I've got her on my list. So hopefully, maybe over this weekend, I'll be able to catch Renewing Stitches with Amy.
Will.
I think she's fairly new. She just has a couple of videos. So, but anyway, I guess we'll just jump right into whips.
Well, I guess so.
You think Leo would let me put him down?
I think so. If you give him one of them little treats right there, I'm sure he'd be more than glad to get off your lap there. And
we're going to try and see if this
will work. We'll see how it goes here. Hopefully he won't run to the door yelling and screaming, as he often does when he supposes somebody's out there ready to attack and cause us bodily harm or something.
Yeah, and I forgot to bring my board, so I don't have anything.
Where is it at? I'll go get it.
Well, no, don't worry about it. It's too much. Maybe they'll be able to.
Pick up the board?
Yeah, it's upstairs somewhere. But maybe they'll be able to see. I'm just gonna grab it.
Give it a go.
Hope these are in order. The first piece whip I picked up for NYE 12x12 was Antique Rooster Sampler. Didn't get a lot done. If y'all been following me for a while, you know this is Judy Whitman, Antique Rooster Sampler, JBW Designs.
I like that variegated thread on there.
It's beautiful, yeah. I'm using 32 count Weeks Dye Works linen with Classic Colorworks Cupid.
Cupid.
This is Cupid.
Pretty.
It's really pretty. It's very variegated. And so I decided on some of it, I was going to go ahead and I'm using 2 strands. When I started out, I was putting 2 strands together, and so that the variegation would show more definitely, or more more definingly. And then the more I did, I decided I wanted it to be a little bit more. What's the word? Not so variegated. So I'm using the loop method with the 2 strands, and I think it's really nice. Sweetheart, hold it just a little bit closer so they can see, and I hope you can see that with the light shining through. I don't have anything to put on the back to I forgot to bring that down, please forgive me. Anyway, that was the first start.
Very nice.
You want to roll it up and do that?
I'll roll it up and do that.
Okay. Excuse the clanging.
Yeah,
I'm just going to kind of go through these quick because there's a lot of them. And
we are noisy.
yeah. The second one I did is What Remains Is Love. This wasn't exclusive with traditional stitches for a while, but I think now it's available to everybody. I'm stitching this on a 36 count Weeks Dye Works straw. Here's the chart. It's a beautiful chart. There's nothing that Blackbird Designs does that's not beautiful. Oh, I just love it.
Hopefully that's close. Hopefully you can see that.
So all I was able to get done was a little bit more of the words. You know, in an hour, especially in an hour with, you know, chatting, you just don't get a whole lot done, but every stitch counts, right? Puts you one stitch closer. I'm using the Vicki Clayton silk conversion for this. I'll show you the silks. Although you can't really see them. Maybe you can see some of them.
You have to use your imagination there.
No, I didn't do that. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I turn them up.
You had them all organized there, eh?
I did.
Oh, well.
Those are the Vicki Clayton silks. Aren't they pretty? Oh my goodness. I just love them.
Love them. Love them.
One strand of floss is what I'm using for that.
That's all you need.
That's all I need. You want to do this? Can you put this on?
I would be glad to.
Wow, we're a team here. We're moving right along.
That's right.
The third one I picked up was Patriotic Barn Trio. And if I'm moving too fast, I'll have this listed down below in case you're interested. See something you like and you want to stitch.
Sweet at our age, neither of us moves too fast.
I know. Patriotic Barn Trio is a chart by Waxing Moon Designs. These trios are so cute. I started this with Niecy Lynn back in July, I think it was, of last year. There was a stitch along. Niecy's already finished hers. She did all three together into a drum.
Wow.
Yep, and I am
made a
using
spool for that.
the called for floss. Beautiful flosses.
Nice, nice.
Lots of overdyes. There's a couple of DMCs in here. Classic Color Works and Weeks Dye Works.
Yeah.
Very patriotic colors. Yeah.
And here's that. You know, at first I thought, well, I love the border better than anything. Then I looked at the trees and said, well, I like those trees better than anything. Then I saw the barn. Well, I kind of like them all three together.
Yeah, so I got a little bit more of the outside of the barn done here and started on the barn door. So,
Barn door?
a little bit.
Doing good, doing good. Looks beautiful.
You want me to keep going or what?
Yeah, keep going. You're doing good.
Okay. Maybe I'll do 6 and then you can do.
Yeah, you got a lot more than I got there.
Okay. This next one is a big girl.
Big one.
Teresa Kogut's.
Hey, Teresa.
Newcastle Bouquet. And hang on.
Here we go.
This is the chart. Newcastle Bouquet. Teresa Kogut. See that?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Plan. Boy, she does really nice work.
She does beautiful work, I tell you. Well, she's an artist.
So are you.
Oh, oh, and I have it in a Teresa Kogut bag that I made.
There you go.
With for the love of nature. This was a Whoops bag where I had done the moss going in. I'm kind of, you know, I like everything correct if I'm going to send it out. And this kind of bothered me that I messed up on the moss. They were going one direction one way and another direction here. And plus I had made this top just a little bit more wider, a little more wide than what I wanted.
This is horrible.
And one thing I want to ask y'all too on your bags. I have heard a bunch of people say that they like having a light lining on their bags because it makes it easier for them to see into their bag. So I'm going to start doing that. I might have a designer fabric on the outside, but I'm going to start using a cream or a tan or a gray on the inside, you know, that will be lighter.
So
Like
you can
this
see
one.
things easier?
So you can see things easier.
Well, that's what they ought to put in women's purses, because I know stuff goes into your purse it's never seen or heard from again.
And sometimes they do in women's purses. Some purses are.
It's a lost void. Star Trek is not even going to go in there.
Okay, enough comments from the peanut gallery here.
Hi, I'm Peter.
He's the peanut. Okay.
This is the cashew.
Here's the next one.
Okay. Yep. I'll hold up best I can. You can let go.
Yeah. Can y'all see that okay? This is Primitive Merry Christmas by Abid Designs. It's beautiful. This is the chart. I had seen somebody stitch it on this gingham fabric, I think on Instagram, and I should have written down her name, and I didn't. Anyway, this is a Week Style Works Natural Tin Roof Gingham, 28 count. So I'm using 2 strands of floss with the called for colors. There's Week Style Works, Classic Color Works, and I think there's a Gentle Arts, one Gentle Arts, and then I've got one, I decided to use 3371 for the words. So that was that. I got a little bit of progress on that. And when I'm finished with this, I remember, Carol, see, I've got a note. When finished, send it to you.
Coming your way.
It will be finished someday. It's on my whip go board for a for a finish, hopefully. And that's 6. So would you like to do some?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yep.
But you need some
I'm gonna take the little fuzz butt with you there.
fuzz.
All righty. Been working on our new product here, which we call scissor caddies, right?
Good. Yes.
Scissor caddies, yeah.
Scissor caddies, yes.
I was calling them scissor beds for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway.
Put your scissors to bed.
Put my scissors to bed. And I think I might have shown these actually to you last time here. This is a cherry one. It's a little 5-holer. And I made these little feet for these.
I don't think you had the feet on them last time.
I don't think I had the feet on them, because these are kind of, I don't know. You make these things, I don't have a template, so I'm just doing them by hand. Each, I do a long string of these here. As a matter of fact, I got something I can show you right here. Here's some feet I'm making for a purple heart.
Oh, those are feet. Okay.
These are going to be feet, and I'll cut them all, and then I'll sand them down to where they're all equal, and then drill the holes in them, and then put them on there, that, and a little screw on in them, and put a little felt on there so it won't scratch your surface or anything like that.
And the holes are a little smaller on these.
And these holes are smaller. The ones I was making previously were 3/8" holes. These are 5/16", which instead of with a 3/8" hole, it has a tendency to. I'll use the red one.
Use the red one, yeah. The red one.
They have a tendency to swallow a scissor and they'll go all the way down. You wouldn't see any part of it there. So with the smaller hole, they kind of stick up a little bit higher.
I like that.
So you can see your scissors better on display.
Yeah.
And that. So I think I'm going to a 5/16 hole even for scaps and such there, because they just show off the scissors better, that kind of thing. So a new development came out of that. And of course, with these, I had to make some. I got another one here I want to show you. It's cherry. They look pretty much the same, but the grain in these come out really nice and
really pretty.
You can make a little really skinny cross stitch go around there as well too.
Because this is like an inch.
Probably just a wee bit over an inch.
A little bit over an
inch and 1/16 or something like that. But on top of these here, we went round and round with this trying to find something, a finial that we could put on there. We thought about looking at lamps. Lamps stores would have a lot of finials and stuff we could use.
Very expensive though.
Very expensive, and the stuff that we have, we find out it was in metric size or, well, not even American size or English size there. So ended up to be a total waste of time. But you got to search out these things, and I thought, hey, why don't we make some of our own? So this is what I did. Here's I come up with these little finials. This is a little snowman, which we're going to offer, people when they want these things to have that, whatever kind they want. Now this is obviously too tall. It's going to be right down where my fingers are here like that. Make it a little bit shorter because that's just a little bit too much.
Tall, yeah.
A little too tall, but I'd rather make it too tall because you can always cut away
Then too
rather than add two.
Yeah.
And because I like acorns on trees, I made one with a acorn.
Nice.
If you can see that there. I got a little, I don't know if you can, yeah, see the little detail in there. I put a little texture on there. Again, these are both pieces, these are cherry. And trees, I like trees, so I made one out of trees as well too.
I like the trees.
Yeah, so small.
There's no end of possibilities for that.
No. In fact, I'm thinking of just making just round type of knob, which I did with this particular one right here, which is walnut.
That's pretty.
I'll just show you because I don't have a walnut one to show on top.
So this will be the top here.
Yeah, this still has I still have to finish the top on it. As you can see, it's just that's how I attach it to my lathe there and turn it around. But that'll be the knob at the top there for this, and so it'll sit on the top of a.
That is pretty wood. Walnut.
Yeah, walnut's very pretty
Walnut
wood.
and cherry is nice together. Walnut and maple's nice.
Very nice, yeah. So I'm having a lot of fun making these little finials myself, and like I say, we'll have a variety of these, and so that when somebody orders them, they can say, "Hey, I want an acorn, or I want a bulb, or knob, or a tree, or a snowman,
or a bee-scap."
A bee-scap. I got one.
You've got some more down there too.
I do.
Yeah. Can you reach it?
I can reach it. Yep. Alrighty. I got some exotic wood here. This is a piece of rosewood Patagonia, which is not really showing up really great here for some reason, but it is beautiful wood, exotic. Again, I got to cut top off, but that's how that's going to go on.
It's beautiful.
On top of there, I'll show you on this is a piece of mahogany right here, which this won't go on top of it, although it could. That kind of accents it pretty nice, but I do have some mahogany that
you can make the finial with.
Yeah, this is the same, again, same 5 holders. I can get bigger wood too, like I did with our maple. Well, I got some maple out there too. You can see dust in between there.
Well, it's still a work in progress.
Still a work. It's a whip.
It's a whip.
It's a whip. Yep. Hardwood. Another one. I'll show you. This is a Purple Heart.
Okay.
There's a piece of Purple Heart right there. That when I finish off the top there, that will be a nice little bee-scap.
Oh, that's pretty.
And go on top of this brand new boat anchor. I say that because this Purple Heart is the most densest wood. If you drop this on your foot, you're going to hurt. And but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful wood there, and that'll be the top for that.
That's gonna
if
be gorgeous.
I use this one there for that. Maybe it's a little bit longer. I have to cut a little bit shorter too, perhaps. But so anyway, so I'm having a lot of fun making these scissor caddies. I got one more I want to show you out of a new kind of wood from south of the border called Samplery. Beautiful green wood. Oh my word. And I tell you, when you cut this wood, I wish I could send the smell and the aroma along there.
That is beautiful.
But I mean, it's got like shiny stuff going all through it and everything. It's amazing how God made all these different trees with different types of grain and whatnot, and I just love it.
I do too.
So anyway, so I guess that, and I guess
now will the scissors go all the way, since the hole is a little smaller, will they go all the way through?
Let's see. Nope.
How about the Dovos right there, the silver ones?
Silver one,
Yeah.
the Dovos. Nope.
No, so
How
you don't
about
really,
that?
you might not have to put the feet on all of them.
I don't want to put feet. I want to raise it up because it just looks so much nicer as a unit like this with feet on it than just sitting flat, I think.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Y'all can tell me what you prefer, feet or no feet. That is a question.
Well, and I guess you could always ask for no feet if you didn't want feet.
Well, sure. If you don't want feet, I'll give you no feet.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what I've been working on. These scissor caddies, a lot of fun to do, and amongst other things that I'm working on there.
That's a lot of fun.
But this is good. It's a lot of fun. So that's those would be my whips.
Those would be your whips.
Yep.
At least part of them you still have. Well, that's finished there, isn't it?
Those are finished.
Those are
Yeah, those
finished.
are FFOs.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with my NYE 12x12 hashtag. The next one was The Maker and Mender by Brenda Gervais.
Righty.
I love this chart. Oh, I just think it's so pretty. And I am close to a finish on this one. I mean, I just have that top section left to do. I'll show you the chart.
I'll be glad when you get a lot of these things done too, so I can go back into the frame making business as well.
Yeah, me too.
Get more stuff up on the wall there.
Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. Here's the chart. Oops, sorry. So I just have that top section to do, the bird, I mean, which is still, you know, some stitching, but I've got the words done. I've got all the bottom section done. And I want to finish it just like this with the hem stitch. I just think that would be so beautiful. And I want to put it on my antique Singer sewing machine.
Oh, nice.
Just laying across the top.
That would be beautiful. Yep.
So if you know of a really good tutorial, let me know for the hem stitch. I really want to try to do that. I'm stitching this on 36 count R&R by Barb's Blend. And here's the, hang on. Are you curious, Leo?
Yeah.
There's the
You might want to
floss.
take up cross stitching.
So there's a combination of Week Style Works, Classic Color Works, and Gentle Arts, and a little DMC. DMC. We love you, DMC. I do love DMC. I think DMC is just gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous. So that was a lot of fun. I was working on the bird with that, and I didn't want to stop, but I had to stop because the next one was coming up.
Kept you moving right along there with that.
Then the next one was Flea Market Flowers. Y'all know Flea Market Flowers from Laurie Holt. And it goes this way.
Okay.
You got your hands full. Here's the chart, Flea Market Flowers. And I think It's So Emma is the publisher on this for Laurie Holt. By Laurie Holt of Bee in My Bonnet. Now you see the Laurie Holt, she did a lot of the pinks, which I like pinks, but I was watching Country Stitches, and Deb is doing this. I don't know how far she's gotten on it. And she wanted to use more of the fallish colors with it. So I'm following suit. And these aren't all the colors, but this was just the colors in that first section. So these were the conversions that Deb did. And I just love those colors. Aren't they pretty?
Very, very nice.
So I got a little bit of progress on that. This is on my whip go to. So, and then Blessed Assurance. I had to rip out a lot of this. I don't know if y'all remember from the last FlossTube that
She's a frogger.
yeah, that I had to frog out this pink rose and then next to it some of the berries that I had started. So I got that frogged, and I did that before NYE 12 by 12 so I could just work on stitching. This is Blessed Assurance by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. I want to do a lot of these. I just think they're so beautiful. I mean, look at those colors.
Very nice.
And I am
She
using
did a great job designing this.
She did. I'm using all the called for floss on a 40 count flax. 40 count flax. And I forgot to tell you, I'm using a mystery linen on Laurie Holt's Flea Market Flowers. Not linen, mystery Ada. It is overdyed. I can tell it's overdyed. But here's the floss for Blessed Assurance. Not pretty.
Pretty, pretty.
It's so pretty. That's my Sunday stitch. So that worked out. That was like 2 things that I got done on New Year's Eve. I got my Sunday stitch worked on a little bit. And my 12 by 12.
Righty.
Then the next one, so you just want me to keep on going? I just
Sure,
go
why
ahead
not?
and
Go
knock
ahead,
out
finish
these
them up.
4.
Absolutely, yeah.
Worked on Bluebirds of Happiness by JBW Designs. This is a stitch along. Well, a start along for me and a stitch along for Carol. Hey, Carol. Carol finished hers.
Good job, Carol.
Bluebirds of Happiness. She finished it by JBW Designs, and it is beautiful.
Nice work.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And so I'm using, it's Freeze. I'm stitching this one. Let me find it. By Atomic Ranch. It's a 36 count Freeze. And I'm using all the called for, I think that's upside down. Yep. It's all loosey-goosey in there, and I've got some loose threads hanging, so y'all just forgive me. So I was able to get this little doodaddy here and the start of that leaf on Sunday. So I still have, you know, a ways to go, but it's a joy to work on. It's a lot of fun. I love the colors. Those blues are beautiful. And the pinks, I mean, and greens, oh my, it's just so pretty. Here's the floss. And Carol was so sweet. She's the one that picked the chart up for me and the fabric. And I think you got the floss for me too, Carol, did you? I can't remember. Can't remember if I had that. But anyway, it's a lot of fun.
Very nice, very nice.
And then I got a little progress, not much, on my Bluebird. No, not Bluebird. Chubby Bird. I know, isn't that funny?
Chubby Bird.
By Jeanette Douglas. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. This was part of, a lot of these were part of my 7x7s for 70. Here's a Chubby Bird. Chubby Bird.
Yeah, he looks like a chubby bird.
He's a chubby bird. So all I got done, because there was so much chatter going on, and then we took a break for dinner too, and met friends for dinner at Panera.
At Panera. Yep.
And so I had like 3 hours that I wasn't there, so I had some catch-up work to do after New Year's Eve, but I've got it all caught up now, so I'm happy with that.
Yep, she's been working hard.
I mean, it's just an hour for each stitch.
Well. And
then next to the last one is Love Abide, and this is a chart that I borrowed from my sweet friend Carol. Let me get it short. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Love Abide by Lottie Da. From the first time I saw this, I knew I wanted to stitch it. And Carol finished it, and I told her, oh, I want to stitch that. And she said, oh, I'll let you borrow it. So she brought it to me in May. So I've had it since May, Carol. I'm sorry, but I am going to work on it. It's going to be a real focus piece after this month. It's going to be my focus piece for next month. I'll let me show you what I've gotten done. I'm working on the bottom section with the alphabet. So I've got the rest of the alphabet here and a flower, and that bottom section will be done. And then I can start on the grass up here and the houses. And Carol warned me that the tree is a real booger. Booga booga. So I said, thanks for the warning. I'll be careful.
Very nice.
Can you do that when you got hands?
Yeah, one-handed. Yeah, that would be a trick, wouldn't it?
Okay, well here, let me do it. Because if not, they go wrong. We'll have to take a break after this and get all this, because we got a pile.
We got a pile, all right.
Then the last one,
pile.
I didn't get much done on this, but I finished one pair of scissors and got another one. This is Snip-Snip by October House. This was part of my 7 for 72.
Nice.
I think that's so cute. It's a skinny pillow. One of the skinny pillow, skinny mini pattern. A skinny mini. I like that. And here's the floss. Flosses for this one.
Oops.
And it goes
Like that, huh?
that way. Yep. So that's all I got done. I finished this pair of scissors and got this pair in.
Fine looking pair of scissors.
Fine looking scissors. Well, I'm not totally finished. I've got one little stitch to put in the center. It's a different color. That's fun. That's a fun stitch. And I'm stitching that with the called for floss. And the fabric is 36 count Winter Moon, which is the called for floss on some of the other skinny minis. So I think I'm just going to stitch as many as I can get on this.
Hey, that's right. Fill it up.
Yeah.
You can never have too many scissors.
Yeah. I never have to do this. Oh, whack, whack, whack.
Whack, whack, whack.
So that was my 12 by 12, and it was so much fun. It was fun being with sweet stitchers and just sharing and just, you know, enjoying each other's company. My treat. So we're going to pause for just a minute and clear this off. And then Peter's got some more stuff to show you.
We'll be back.
Yeah,
I
and
got
we'll be
some
back.
neat little things I've been working on I want to show you. So
yeah, so we'll
we'll
be
see
right
you in
back.
a few minutes.
Okay. Hi, friends.
Hey,
We're
everybody.
back.
We're back again.
Peter made us an espresso.
Yep. Get us through the day. Hopefully, unlike our last FlossTube, I won't cause it to be spilt all over the place.
Oh, one thing I wanted to show you, if y'all remember watching that, we spilt it and it spilt on my new cross-stitch journal.
Got all the edge.
And it got part of the paper here.
Got caffeinated.
So I ended up, Peter got me some paints and I just kind of went around the sides and made it all like that.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know if you can tell. So it looks,
Equally strained.
looks a little bit more rustic. Yeah. And I put my whip go in. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to put my whip go in there and it's going to work great. Okay. So I put it in and glued it in. But guess what?
Oopsies.
Upside down.
You have to flip it that way.
So I'll just flip it. And I'm enjoying this. Here's my January so far. Let me show you. Maybe I can show you it's upside down. It's upside down. And the pages are a little crispy. Here's my January.
And caffeinated.
January so far. I still need to fill in and do a little bit more stickers, but I've got more room now. I can do stickers.
How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
So
Well, hopefully, barring any other caffeine disasters here.
got it over there, and I don't think we have anything that could fall on it.
Yeah.
Where's yours? Oh, okay, over there.
Yep.
Peter
Alright.
makes good espresso.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
just
did.
heat it up. I had some small pieces of wood out of my shop there, and I thought, well, it'd be kind of neat because I noticed one of Kathy's scissors were like very, very small, used for, I guess, some special purpose. I don't really even know. But anyway, so I took these little wood and turned them into little B-scaps, and I call these, what do I call these? Oh,
Petites.
it's petites.
Petites.
So we got large, medium, small. Now we got petites, at least these right here. So I want to show you some of these petites. This is a cherry.
Isn't that cute?
Kind of a different shape on that there, but again with a small little 1/4-inch hole here.
Put
So
the Dovos in there. No, the next one.
okay,
The silver.
silver. Okay, well, this is a pair of Dovos. I stick in there just like that. Because if I put the regular size hole in there before, it would go too far and your scissors would hit the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's not good for your scissors to hit the bottom. So this holds it in there nice, and it holds it up
Shows
nice.
off the scissors too.
Shows off the scissors. I
Yeah.
mean, you pay that much for these scissors, you might as well show them off, right?
Right.
So I had that one, and that's cherry. I had a piece of Osage orange out there. I love Osage orange. It is so pretty.
Beautiful.
So difficult to get too, because actually the Osage plant is just basically a shrub. That,
Really?
Yeah, they don't grow in. It's not a tree. Although I suppose if you were to cultivate it and work for years and years and years, you might get a tree out of it. But anyway, the color of this is so pretty.
And we've sold some of those before.
Yeah, and this is
Orange
that's
Osage.
Orange Osage. Yep.
Isn't that pretty?
Grain on it's really pretty. Doesn't smell so lovely when you cut that one though, I gotta say.
I love the different shapes though. I mean, none of his are the same. So when you order a bee skip, you know,
some are wide,
wide,
some are.
We do differentiate between the small bead, narrow bead, or the large bead.
We do, yeah. There's a piece of walnut, which again is, it looks so big standing right here in front of it. Really, it's, I mean, you know, look at.
Well, it's not when you look at a hand next to it, yeah.
The hand.
So these are good for traveling.
Nice traveling, yeah. So anyway, a little bit smaller than, to give you an idea, a comparison of what our normal small would look like would be actually, here's a small right here, and this is here's our little petite. So you can see obviously the difference between the small, and this, by the way, is a nice piece of ambrosia maple, but I went ahead and went with the 5/16 hole because I think that just shows off the scissors so much better than, I have one here to show you that has a regular size 3/8 hole in it. See how it swallowed up so you don't even see the dovos. It's a nice piece of walnut here as well too, and it works fine, everything like that.
Yeah,
it's cute, but it doesn't, that there. You see a difference in size and hole there.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah. Can't you? Anyway. All right, rest is Jeanette. So I like these petites.
I think they're cute.
So I came up with that name all by myself.
Yes, you
too.
did. You did.
Anyway, some of the other ones with wider ribs. Got a cherry here. Got a maple one. Showing off the grain, pretty nice. Some of these got curly in them, and whatnot, but you know,
it's a darker maple.
It's darker maple. Yeah.
Like that.
Couple more of the walnuttos here. Again, nice grain in the walnut.
How pretty, yeah.
Love working with walnut. Smells so good too, and that and cherry I think I like those.
I love that cherry. Did you show that
Cutting
one?
them. This one here?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Fixing to right now.
That's beautiful.
Again, piece of cherry, thin ribbed. And I used to be, I put a little hole inside there too, where that's show where the bee goes in and out.
Haven't been doing that lately, but you know, people can request that if they want it.
If you want a hole for your bee to get in and out of, that's fine. Another little piece of maple here, dark maple.
Pretty.
Yeah. You got, you know, such a variety of maples. I've seen some that are like blonde and call it Scandinavian maple, I think. Yeah. I just made that up.
You just made that up too.
And I got this little guy right here. Again, I threw together some pieces, just glued them together, some walnut and some maple. Can you see that maple? How they got that little curly going through it there? Yeah. Ain't that cool? Oh, we got a delivery.
Hang on just a minute. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We're back.
We're back. It was not a delivery.
Evidently, we've got some strong wind going on because we've got a carved rooster on our porch. Yeah. It was carved in mahogany and it fell over. Yeah,
went thump.
Went thump. Yeah, it sounded like a big delivery.
Yeah.
But we didn't think we were expecting anything.
No, really. I was wondering what it was.
Yeah.
Something big and heavy. I mean, I ordered some wood, but it wouldn't have been that heavy.
Or that quick.
You
just ordered it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Okay, so where are we? Peter was showing you his new petites.
Yeah, showing my petites.
Petites, which I really like those.
Yeah, my little piece one there, I like that maple and that walnut. They go together good. So.
And I think you showed that in progress last time. So now it's a FFO. You finished it. Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
So that's all that I've got for my show and tell.
Yeah, for right now. And then you
right
have,
now.
Okay. So I had 2 new starts. So y'all want to see my new starts? One of them is a stitch along that I'm doing with Kim the Contented Needleworker and several other new friends that I've found on Instagram. Martha Welmsley 1847 hats, hand across the sea sampler. Remember I showed y'all this a couple of FlossTubes ago, I think, that I had gotten it in part of haul. This is an exclusive for the Hobby House and limited edition. I just think it's beautiful.
1847.
So beautiful. And I was wanting to try to do it in Vicki Clayton's silks, but I didn't have all the silks. I was going to have to order them. It was at Christmas, and she was her shop was closed until January the 2nd, and this is a new start for January the 1st. Kim organized, and she organized a Zoom so we could all start together, which was so much fun. So I decided to stitch it with some new Sullivan's threads that I had gotten. And Sullivan's is really pretty. It's very pretty. These are the called for flosses in Sullivan's. I don't know if if you've stitched with them yet or not. This was my first time. They remind me a little bit of Weeks Dye Works. The way they feel in your hand, they're a little bit more dry. They don't have the sheen that DMC has, but they're just very pretty. But it really does remind me of Weeks Dye Works. So I'm very happy to have started this with the Sullivans.
It's a very nice thread.
And my progress is pretty pitiful.
Pitiful.
I'm stitching this on 40 count cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim.
You gotta start somewhere.
And this is
It's upside down.
Yes, this is upside down. This is the top left. But I started to have a little rosebud, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't those colors pretty against this cream and sugar? Oh, I just think it's going to be beautiful. I couldn't decide if I wanted to just do the bird and maybe a flower or the tree. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, oh, I just need to go ahead and just jump in and do the whole thing, even if it takes me 5 years.
How about that?
Or more. So,
but I doubt if it will.
Well, I don't know. I really want to concentrate more on my stitching, and I'm trying to allow a little bit more time during the day. You know, I still have a stitching time at night, although we have 2 nights that we don't really get much stitching in because we have activities going on.
We do, yeah.
But
gotta get you more time during the day.
Yeah, this Martha Welmsley is just beautiful, and there is a hashtag for that. It's hashtag Martha Welmsley 1847 if you'd like to join us. And there's also Sampler Stitcher. I think it's showing up on Sampler Stitcher. So much fun. So much fun. These charts are just extremely beautiful. The way she does her booklets. The charts are in color. They're clear. The symbols are easy to read. It's just a pleasure.
I'm catching your enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to stitch her charts. So if you haven't tried a hats yet, you might want to try this one. You can get it at the Hobby House. I'll link that below. And yeah, you'll love it. Then I had another new start. I found out about this new thing called from Needlework Press. Vicki at Needlework Press had posted a thing on Instagram about a blessing sampler. Evidently, this is something that has gone on for a while. This is the first time I've heard of it. Judy in our stitch group, our library, Wait for Us Library Stitcher group, asked if I was going to do a blessing sampler. And I said, what's that? Kind of, you know, ooh, what's that? You know, we all want blessings, right?
Absolutely.
But anyway, I you know, started looking into it a little bit more and found out that what you do is you kind of declare in December, the end of December, what you're going to do for your blessing sampler in January. And you start at January 1st and you put the last stitch in January 31st, and it's supposed to bring you blessings throughout the year.
Well, don't know if it works that way.
Well, we know where our blessings come from.
Yes,
they come
we do.
from our Lord. But
Yes,
we do get blessings in our stitching, you
Absolutely.
know, and peace. You know, there's that sound that it makes when you're stitching that's just very peaceful. So anyway, a sweet new friend, Krista, on that is also doing, that was doing the 12 by 12 and starting Martha Welmsley. She suggested, or you know, we were talking about it in the Zoom. What is everybody going to do? What are they gonna, and somebody has suggested the Ooh La La book, Blackbird Designs, and I can't remember who it was that did the flip through. Because I was curious about what was in it. I did not have this book, and all the samplers have red or pink in them. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And so we were going back and forth, and Krista is going to do. Oh, it's Sylvia. Okay, where is it?
You got other designs by Blackbird.
Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of.
They do a lot of them.
No, she's doing Louise.
Louise.
What is the name of it? It's Ma Chère Louise.
Ma Chère Louise.
And it reminds her of her grandmother. She's got a lot of history in that, so so she chose to do Louise, which is beautiful. And in the flip through, I was looking, talking to Krista, and there was one in here called Sidonie's Petit Chien. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I looked up Chien and it means little dog. Well, Petite Chien means little dog.
Little dog.
And this dog in the chart has blue eyes and a blue collar. So, you know, because of Leo, you know, I chose this one. Well, Krista was sweet enough. She said she was going to the Silver Needle, which is her local needle workshop. They were having a super sale. She was going to get up and be there. I think it's 6. Was it, Krista, you got there?
Wow, that's dedication.
Well, it was, okay, it's from 6 to 7, you got 25% off. From 7 to 8, you got 20% off. From 8 to 9, you got 15% off, something like that. So the earlier you got there, like kind of like the early bird catches the worm,
you betcha.
You got a bigger discount. I said, oh, that sounds great. She said, well, what do you want? Ooh la la. So she picked up the ooh la la for me. And she also picked up, of course, you can't have anything travel alone. That's the law, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
So the long and winding road, another Blackbird Designs.
Sweet.
Which every time I watch Lori Once Upon a Stitch, this is in her stitching room, in her quilt room, and I just love seeing it back behind her there. It's so beautiful. Good old Beatles song. So anyway, I started on Sidonie's Petit Chien, and where is? Oh, first though. Look at the bag that Krista sent it in. Look at those little doggies. I'm going to save this bag, so I tore the labels off. I'm going to keep it because I just love these little dogs. What a cute bag. Oh my gosh, there's little chihuahuas in here.
I've not seen a bag like that. There's
a female chihuahua, and then there's another.
I can tell it's a female.
Well, because they've got the flowers on her head.
Oh, that makes it a female. Okay.
And there's a male too. I saw a male in here.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have flowers on his head.
He doesn't have flowers on his head.
Difference. One way.
Go back. Oh yeah, right. No, that's a female.
Yeah, I know. I noticed by the flowers on the head.
Okay. Ah. There's one.
Important stuff here, folks.
Well, now I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
Yep, sure. That's a male. Yep, look at there. It says male written all over it.
He made them male and female. And she sent me some floss. Thank you, Krista.
What a gal.
You're a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed. So anyway, I did get a little, I got the border in. That's what I've started on, and I don't have anything to put this up against, so I'm hoping. And it's ragged too. I have not fixed the fabric, but that's my start. I've got the border done, and I started in this lower left-hand corner with some of the motifs, and I'm just going to work my way across and then up with the alphabet. I am using Schoolhouse Red for my choice of Classic Colorworks Schoolhouse Red, and this was left over from Martha Welmsley. It was the tail end of Martha Welmsley's that I cut off, so this is 40 count cream and sugar. By Fiber on a Whim. I think that's going to be pretty on there.
That red really contrasts nice.
Doesn't it? So what a joy. So I've got a lot of stitching to do by the end of the month. So this is kind of
get to work.
What I was wanting to have as my focus, which was Love Abide, has now become this. And then my Whip Go, I've got 2 Whip Go, which I'm only doing Whip Go for 3 days this year. And I would like to work on Martha Welmsley a little bit too. So.
Do it. Make it happen.
Anyway, that's a lot of fun. And part of the Blessing sampler, I was talking about Needlework Press. She was, she has a sampler. It's called Ellen C. Johnson. I wanted to tell you about it. Ellen C. Johnson, if you haven't heard about it, there's 2 charts. It's a really reasonable price PDF that she's selling on her website. And all the proceeds are donated to Doctors Without Borders. So that's a blessing right there.
That's a good cause, yes.
So
it's a good cause.
And I've got that, and maybe next year I will do that as my blessing sampler.
Alrighty.
One of those, because there's 2. There's one that's a little bit bigger. I should have shown those to you. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah,
Another time.
Yeah,
Another time. You can't get everything in one show.
I know. So anyway, that was my 2 new starts.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. And you had a new start and finish.
I do.
You do.
But not cross stitching.
I know.
So there you go. Take flea bag.
He doesn't have fleas. At least I hope he doesn't get fleas.
If he does, he didn't get them from me. We referred to earlier one of our neighbors who decided that I needed more work to do. So she gets with women's groups and they play cards.
Play cards.
Canasta,
Mahjong,
and
hand and
whatever.
foot. I don't know what that is.
Anything that has to do with cards, and they got these. She's got this little board thing where she puts her cards on, where it's all nice and neat and stuff. And some of you may play cards. You know what I'm talking about. I don't, but anyway, she asked me to if I could make her for one of her friends, and so I did. And what I came up with is, I don't know if hers to show you what it looks like there, but it basically is a little board. It's got slots in it, right, where the cards will sit. I don't have cards with me. Anyway, that's all right. And so I just stained it up, sanded it up, finished it up, whatnot, and sent it off. And
it's got your logo on the bottom.
Got our Pete's Sketch logo on the bottom there. Yeah. Put little felt pads on here so that she could play very quietly, not disturb anybody.
Won't scratch anything.
And then, and she said she loves it. And there's only one little thing she said. The angle of this was just a bit too much. Here, I'll put this ruler in here so you can see how it looks there. And see the angle. She said that people can see her cards. So it needs to be up a little bit more like that. You know, a fraction of an inch. And people won't be able to see her cards. So anyway, so I said, not a problem. I can do that. I can change the angle. Not on this one because it's done. But what I can do is I took, like with Kathy's ruler, she got so many of these there, this holds just fine like that. And I'm thinking that I'm going to start making some of these holders here for
quilters.
For quilters. Or anybody who uses these type of rulers and stuff like that. And in fact, I never really thought about this before, and I'm glad that the lady said that it was actually the right angle, because I never really thought that this might actually work for some, because I actually made some for you.
Several years ago.
Several years ago.
Yep. And I had asked if he could make something like that, and he said, well, sure.
Yeah. And so if I can do this without...
Yeah, I'm going to kind of scoot out of the way a little bit, because
Stand back.
Rulers are on it. Or in it.
I'm a trained professional. Don't try this yourself at home.
Hold on to my espresso.
Yeah, whatever you do. Wow, this is heavy.
It is heavy. Well, that's
My wife has no small investment in rulers and such.
That's not all of them.
And that's not all. This is like only part of them. But I made a big board, and of course this one doesn't have the feet on and stuff like that. Nice piece of cherry. But I made about the same angle as that other one there, and she holds all of her rulers, not all of her rulers, but many of them.
Many of them, yeah.
I got like 14 slots in this particular board because I just wanted to give her lots of options with that. I'll show you the back side of it there if you can see it.
Oh, it's dusty. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, don't look at the dust. If you
must. Been upstairs in my quilting space.
And but anyway, so this was just like I would call this a prototype, perhaps, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of getting some more wood. Now this particular one is cherry.
Yeah.
So this is very nice.
And it's
wood.
Thicker than that one and heavier.
Thicker and heavier, which is probably good.
I think you need it for that quantity of wood.
Yeah, this was a piece. This is a pine board which I shaped and cut and stained and stuff, and it works really fine. It'd be fine for cards and stuff, or being how it's small. If you wouldn't have a lot of rulers here like that one. The second one I made is also out of cherry, not quite as big as the first one.
It's not as wide.
It's not as wide, and I didn't stain it, or I didn't finish it. But I put a lot of slots in there. As you can see, she got a lot of rulers and plans and heaven knows what. I have
a shelf upstairs that these sit on, and it's just so nice to go to them. Yeah. You know where all your rulers are, or most of them, like Peter said.
Yeah, and I think I'll go ahead and finish this one out at some point in time when I have nothing else to do.
I think I told you not to worry about it because it's
Yeah. So, I think you probably did, and I took it to heart.
Yeah.
Again, nice piece of cherry here.
Yeah.
But there's some things that I have for when I go into production for making these for potential other people who might like them. I will put change the edges. I'll make them smoother. And
put the little feet on, not the feet, but the
yeah.
And it would be nice if they set up, you know, if you could make like a little stand, so instead of them sitting flat, they could sit kind of like that.
Oh, at an angle like that?
Yeah, and make this more
sharper angle.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. All right. I could do that.
And then I have seen them where these slots go this direction.
I could do that as well too. I may do, I wonder if I can have them going like this way or that way. And then in this way as well too. So you can have your choice. You can choose which way you want to put it in there.
Oh, now that's a thought.
See, this is how I come up with ideas on stuff like that. So
that's a thought, yeah.
So anyway, these are just little holders there and whatnot. Of course, I got to get in business. So she got, my neighbor's got like 4 orders, including the original one, which is this one there to fix up. So, so that's going into production there. But anyway, I like it. It's fun. Gets us to meet more people and to provide something for them that they can actually use for their thing that God's given them the heart's desire to do.
Yeah, Barbara
for them
loves
it's playing
the
cards. For you it's cross stitching and quilting.
Yep.
And for me it's doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I desire to do.
Which, you know,
but God hasn't given me that.
Something like that might work with charts.
Oh, charts.
I don't know. No, I think it's too thin.
That's too thin, yeah. To do something like this, I would have to have a back on it.
Yeah, I'd have to have a back.
Which, you know, which as a display, if I had one come up with a back and the chart could sit on there, and you can look at it standing up.
Yeah.
Except you're usually sitting in your chair and stuff. I don't know
Yeah,
where
and I
you put
normally
this.
make a working copy. I think a lot of you guys make working copies, don't you, as you're working? Because you want to. I like to keep my original, if possible, as pristine. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pristine. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. And as soon as this video's done, you know what I'm going to also be doing. I'm going back out to the shop. I got work to do.
Yeah, right, in the shop.
So let's get this thing knocked out.
Okay. Well, I had 2 FFOs.
Okay, get me Flea back.
And one of them is too big. I can't show you, so I'm going to have to put pictures at the end or a little video maybe at the end. It's our king size Great Granny Square quilt, 1930s reproduction. Finally got it finished.
And it is beautiful.
And on the bed, oh my gosh, it is so bright. It just lights up the room, doesn't it?
It does, and it's so nice and warm and cozy inside. Wow.
Very warm. It's
she does beautiful work.
We have to cut the heat down at night.
I know, yeah.
And he got out of the covers this morning. He was like,
I know, it's a very, very warm. You know, if we could get nice cold weather down here in the winter, like some people get.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, that was a fully finished. Peter helped me because I had to put the binding on. This quilt is like 120 by 120, something like that. It's huge.
Oh my.
And
wish we could have filmed that.
Yeah, I mean, I have tables at my sewing machine. I have a table behind and 2 tables beside. So, you know, a lot of the quilt was on that. But I just couldn't handle moving that through. So Peter actually was the
grunt work.
He did the maneuvering of the quilt while I did the stitching on the sewing machine.
One time I pulled too hard and her thread went right off the side.
I said, ah! But anyway, we got the binding on, and then I lovingly did the hand stitching on the back. That's my favorite. That's my favorite
It is
part.
amazing. You went all the way around there and that I would have taken that would have taken you a month to get all the way around.
It took me a while. It took me a while. I put it normally I put it in my lap. But that quilt was so big, I just couldn't put it in my lap. So I've got a big work table upstairs, and I laid it across the work table and worked on it up there.
Yeah.
So I would go up and work on it for half an hour, come back downstairs, go up, work on it for half an hour.
Yeah, that served you pretty well.
It has.
I mean, I still remember Kathy's sister said that she used to work in apartments, and they were renovating, and they were throwing away perfectly good cabinets.
Yeah.
So I went over there with the van and took the seats out and everything there and loaded up. And then I made a nice big, I don't know if you've ever showed that on your video.
No, I need to do a tour. I need to get it cleaned up or presentable.
Yeah, but it makes a nice big flat surface for her to do a lot of work on. So that if she put that quilt on there, you could work all the way around it. Now it's really
it has a 6 foot by 4 foot. I think it's 4 foot, 6 by 4 big MDF board that's the top of the work
good solid surface. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I used that upstairs before we got the cabinets, before Peter made that surface or the base for me.
Yeah.
And I had 2 sawhorses.
Actually, it was more than 2 because it would have bowed in the. because it was so long after 6 foot.
Maybe,
Anyway,
maybe it was. Yeah,
I had several on there, so
but
anyway,
it worked. It worked.
we got that
They were
cabinet
good,
built.
strong.
I tell you, if we ever move, I don't know that it's the new owners are gonna inherit.
I don't know. Well, I guess it depends on what we move into.
Then again, I made one for myself in the garage too, but it ain't near as nice and neat and clean as hers.
Yeah. Well, that's a different world.
That's a whole different world.
Yeah. And then I had another finish yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Sharon and Chien are friends from church. They gave us this little bench with I think I showed you guys our last FlossTube or the time before.
I think that's one Kermit the Frog used to sit on.
This little bench, isn't it cute? Oh my gosh. So they gave that to us. And Peter took it out and sunk the nails back down in it and glued the base because it was just a little loosey goosey, and just kind of sanded off lightly. We didn't want to take away the rusticness of it, but he sanded lightly. And then I finished my Amazing Grace.
Ain't that pretty?
Beth's twist, Heartstring Samplery. This is her Sunday stitches. So I actually finished stitching this in 21.
Oh well, that's okay.
So anyway, I've got a lot of fully finishing to do. But this is what I want to finish all of the Sunday stitches on. Little pillows, and put them on this bench and just change it out periodically. And it just reminds us of God's amazing grace. Pretty.
Very pretty.
This was the first time I stitched on 32 count. And I didn't think I could do it. I mean, I was kind of struggling with it. I was like, oh gosh, I don't know, I can't even see, because you have to find those four holes.
I remember hearing her complaining.
Yeah, but I stuck with it and tried it, and I'm so glad that
you never quit.
I had encouragement from all these wonderful floss tubers and friends that said, just keep on going, keep on going. Your eyes will get used to it, and they do. One other thing, and you guys might think I'm crazy, and I hope I'm remembering okay. When we went to Craft Gallery Retreat, Jan Kogut was there, and she is a finisher extraordinaire.
Beautiful, yeah, she does beautiful work.
Beautiful work. And I was talking to her about pillows and how she got them so nice and flat. And she said, and I hope I'm right, Jan, and I'm not misquoting you. If I am, then please forgive me. I don't know if you watch this, but anybody that knows Jan, I just hope that I'm telling you right. Anyway, she said when she uses polyfill, she will take it and put it with the stitch side down and take a hot iron and iron it. Just press the iron down and press it and press it and press it. And what happens is that polyfill will do a little bit of melting together, and we'll make it flatter, but do it on this side so it's not against your stitch. I do have this lined with SF101 on both pieces, and the back doesn't look great. That's something I need to learn how to do better. But I made 2 pieces of fabric that went together and then sewed them, and this was my opening, and then I sewed it closed. So I didn't do a great job on that, but you know what? Finished is better than perfect.
Oh, hey, let me write that down.
I didn't make that up. But finished is better than perfect. And this fabric has Amazing Grace on it. And it has a lot of the old hymns that we used to sing and still do sing. So.
Very nice.
Then sings my soul, how great thou art. Great is thy faithfulness. Yeah. So I took a picture of this and sent it to Karen and Sharon and Ken. And said thank you again for this beautiful little bench. I've got it sitting up here on a special spot.
Yeah, it's definitely a special spot.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that in a little few minutes, right?
Yeah, so those are my 2 FFOs.
All right.
All right.
So now we are winding this thing down now, ain't we?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about haul.
Haul? Yep. I got a little bit of haul.
You want to talk about your haul?
Okay.
I've got a little bit of haul. Of course, you saw some of my haul that I got from Krista. Thank you, Krista.
You want to haul this one?
I will, with pleasure. Come on, little
All
fella.
right. One of the things I want to do is, in my woodworking experience here now, I've done some before, but I haven't really ventured into much, and that's working with epoxy. We can do wonderful things working with epoxy. You can put all kind of wood shapes and sizes and stuff like that together there, and then turn out something on the lathe that looks absolutely splendid with the epoxy. The problem I've had before is that when I made my molds, they either leaked all over the place, or when I got done with them, the epoxy hung to the what I was making the mold out of, that I ended up turning the whole blasted thing and lose all my. It was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess. A lot of experience and sad faces going on there.
Frustration.
So, and then I found about Teflon, watching some of these other people do stuff there. So what I did was, I want to make some really big things. If you're going to go, you might as well go big. So I purchased 2 of these things right here. What this is just a regular, if you've ever been to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, you'll see these little things where they do sell epoxy resin and stuff like that, and they have molds, right? And they don't really have molds for wood turners, because that's mostly the molds are for like jewelry and so forth and so on like that. So anyway, what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to fill this basin up. I'm going to cut pieces of wood. They're going to fit in here, certain shapes and that, and so it'll fill the whole, pretty much the whole bottom. And then I'm going to take epoxy that's colored with pearl essence and all this kind of stuff, and I can either turn like a real big platter, or what somebody else was doing with these there is actually making little like end table type things, or tabletops, things like that. Yeah. So I am looking forward to using this new tool that I got here. All I gotta do is carve me out some time to get into it. Well, now I've got some epoxy already, and I just need to, as they say, get around to it.
Get around.
I got a lot of round things in there, but none of them are to it. So anyway. So so that's my haul.
That's your haul. That is really neat.
Forward
I can't
to
wait
that.
to see that.
Yeah. That's so my haul.
So how long do you have to let it dry in there?
Well, epoxy you gotta let it sit for at least 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah, before you can work with it there. So good, good epoxy and that kind of thing. So
interesting.
Yeah, and so I'm just waiting to see. Hopefully, I'll have something to show the folks here next.
Yeah.
I don't know how long, but anyway, hate to make promises. I'll show you this here next FlossTube, and it ain't gonna happen.
I don't know how many times I've said, well, I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to start doing that, and then it
That's
just doesn't happen.
Yep. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
Well, I've got a little bit of haul.
And I get this guy back again.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish they'd make up their mind.
I don't know if y'all remember last time I was talking about getting some colored pens so I can colorize my calendar, my stitchy calendar, and have a different color set for different things. This was Vicky, the Virginia Stitcher's idea. So I had some around here, but they were low on ink. Some of them didn't even write. So I went to Amazon, our friend, and got these zebra pens. They're gel retractable, which I like the gel instead of what do you call it? Well, whatever the other one is. I can't remember what it is. No smears or smudges. Zebra pens, Sarasa. And I'll put that down in the bottom if you're interested. These are 14 different colors, different variations of colors. And I'm going to put them all in this beautiful pencil holder that Peter made years ago. So long ago that it has a stamp on there.
That's why I used to use stamps,
Yeah, I just love that.
Nice piece of maple.
Yeah.
Those ink pens are so nice. They're wonderful to do artwork with and everything. Their quality is so good that you can do pen work in art and drawing and coloring and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, because I got you some of these a couple of Christmases
and
ago.
I've used them up. A lot of them are either,
up.
well, not all of them, but I'm pretty much,
And it comes, when you open up the container, it comes in this little easel stand, which I think is really cute. So if you're just sitting at your desk, that would be a nice way. And you could take the name out or whatever, but I want to put it in the pencil cup. Then I got a couple of charts. Can't remember who I got these from.
Well, you got them.
I don't guess it might. Anyway, I love this wee Santa by Heart and Hand. Santa 2022. The pink is just so cute. I just love it. And those little birds. Oh my gosh, he just looks so cute. And then I haven't done anything by Brenda Keys, from the Sampler Company.
That's going to change, ain't it?
Who is it? Laurie with Once Upon a Stitch. She does a lot of this, the Sampler Company, Brenda Keys. And I saw this and I just thought it was so beautiful. I love anything with sheep and grass and that tree and I don't know if that's a church, but I think I'm gonna make it a church and put a cross on it.
There you go.
Because it looks like it should be a church, right?
Should be.
I think that is a church.
That could be a church house.
Just, there's not a cross up there.
Nope. You can change that.
I can change that. This is a new release, 2023.
Wow.
And it comes with the cards. Look at that. So there's thread organizer, the thread card, and then this little card that you can put all your stitching information on.
Yes.
I like it when things come with a little extra. I mean, it just makes you feel good when you get a little extra. Doesn't have to be much.
It's precious little of that today's economy. Yeah?
I know.
We give extra, but we don't get extra.
Right. So that's pretty much my haul. And I think I made up. Last month I had, oh my gosh.
Except, see, the light flash was on.
Yeah, I don't think that's haul. I don't consider that haul. I consider that stitchy kindness from you.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, right.
So anyway, I guess the story is, I don't know how to tell the story. I got an email from DMC that they were having this fabulous sale on their DMC cabinets. And if you got a cabinet, you got all of the floss.
Check out
500 skeins of floss.
500 only.
And the price on this was just incredible. I mean, I went to look other places and it was like 50% of what other places were charging. I never thought I would have one of these because they're pretty expensive. And so I just kind of, put it to the back burner and didn't really, I didn't add it to cart, Anyway, I told Peter about it and that it was such a good deal. And he said, well, you should get it. You should go ahead and get it. And what had happened, do you want to tell him about the Christmas present?
Oh my goodness. You see, this is I'm making up for my Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future mistakes here, hopefully with this one. But I ordered something for her special for Christmas back in November from this company who I will not name.
No.
But they not only just they took the money and they gave me an order number and all that kind of stuff. I got documentation on it, but never heard anything from them. Checked with them a couple times. They're prior to Christmas. Christmas getting closer. I'm beginning to wonder. I'm starting to squirm a little bit here now, and they wouldn't. First, you can't talk to a human being, of course. Yeah. No number to call the company, no anything like that. But anyway, they did respond to the email or message through Messenger finally, saying you must be patient. You must be patient, and my patience is like almost non-existent to begin with, and then. Well, Christmas came, went. Matter of fact, to this day, we still don't have what I had, and they still keep telling me to be patient.
Oh, that's
so
frustrating.
I didn't get. This was something that I just wanted to surprise Kathy with. She gives me a Christmas list. We both do, and so we get these things, but it's not really a surprise. But this was supposed to be a surprise, and anyway, it didn't work out. So when this came up, the lights blinked on.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this is really something. And the price of this item there, I couldn't have thought of this myself. I didn't even know it existed.
Well, I would never.
Only reason she knew because I emailed her.
Yeah.
So, but this is something to organize all of her floss, and the way they've got this cabinet that is built is just absolutely.
Beautiful.
I mean, this is really high quality.
Yeah, it's got the top section and then 5 drawers.
And then some of you may have this DMC cabinet there and whatnot.
It's just beautiful.
The original price on it probably would have been out of our price range, but because it was reduced so much, I said, go ahead and get it now.
And it came fast.
It came really fast.
I was really surprised.
They didn't mess around, so.
It did not mess around. It was packaged really well.
I'm hoping that other thing I ordered will show up maybe by next Christmas.
Well, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault.
Still,
sometimes you just don't have any control when you order something, And too, with the. Well, I mean, I think theirs is not about the mail. Sometimes you don't have any choice with the mail. Once it goes out and leaves your hands and you've given it over to the mail service to take care of.
That's not the case. They didn't even bother to ship the thing.
Yeah.
Or even made it as far as I know.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was...
Bad business. That's a good lesson in what not to do or how to treat your customers.
Yeah.
God forbid we should ever treat any of our friends like that.
We don't want to do that. Because we do. We consider all of our customers friends. We want you to feel good about what you've gotten.
Absolutely. Yes.
And to,
Well, it should be.
Yeah, and you do this we don't make a ton of money. I mean, you do,
No.
you know, so you're really doing this because you love working with wood and you love providing people with something
And
that,
God's providing us. We're not in the
Yes.
we're not in the red.
right, yeah. So that's
So
great, yeah.
It's wonderful. It helps give us, you know, we can eat 3 times a day.
Right.
Pay the electric bill.
I know. But anyway, we still have more stuff we want to share with you.
Yep, in closing here.
We're not quite closed, but we're getting there.
Trying to move along for you guys. Haven't fallen asleep
I'm
yet.
sorry. We try to go a little faster.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go.
We means me, but
No. Okay. Now, but hang on just a second. I have a couple of posts on Instagram I want to share with you from Sweet Stitchers. And I got in touch with them. And, first, here's that chart from Needlework Press. I can show that to you. This is the Needlework Press chart. Isn't that beautiful? And then there's another chart that comes with it too. So I guess I could show it to you. And then, this is a little video from Deborah Burlingham. And she bought a 5-hole tiny town. And she's stitching the tiny towns. She did the Christmas tiny town here. And she posted a video and then tagged us in it. And she watched Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, her tutorial about how she finished hers. She finished hers the same way, and it is beautiful. But I asked her if I could share this, and she said, sure.
they can hear the sound too. Okay, that thrills me no end. See, one of our spools there being finished off so nicely.
Isn't that pretty?
Thank you for sending that.
Deborah, you did such a beautiful job.
It is beautiful, yeah. Nice job, nice job. I love it.
And she said she's going to be doing more. Let me cut the line. Okay, and then I had another one. Let me go. This is from Winding Vine Designs. And she stitched a chart called Christmas Eve. A Christmas Eve by B. Mary Penkeep, drum. And it's a Stacy Nash chart, which I'm going to get that chart. And she finished it on one of our spools that she got from Hobby House, which that's great. And I love it when we send stuff to stores and, you know, then we get feedback that it's sold, you know. But anyway, she did this beautiful finish, and I wanted to share that with you. Look at that.
That is so pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Boy,
Let's see if I can get... But I want you to look at how she finished it with the ribbon. See the ribbon on the side? What a beautiful finish.
Beautiful job. Wow. Makes that spool look good.
Oh, she just laced it up with the ribbon. Oh, I just love that.
Did a great job.
So I definitely want to do that. And then there was one more from Ozark Mountain Stitcher. And she has a beautiful stitch tray that she uses, and she puts a lot of her stuff in. And she was showing some of the items that she puts in her stitch tray. And she got this beautiful thing, I guess, for Christmas from Early American Woodshop on Etsy, which I'm gonna have to go check them out. But then she put several pictures in, and she tagged us. And look at that skip. That's from a while ago.
Wow, that's historical.
Yeah, that's from a while ago. Her tray is just beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Love to get that kind of feedback and see that's what's going on. And it thrills me because sometimes I watch her watching FlossTube in that, and there's a pan through your workspaces there. I see a skip or a spool or something like that, and
it's fun.
That thrills me to no end.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to share that from Instagram, and like Kim says, inspiration, because we do get inspired from Instagram and FlossTube and from Facebook. So thank you guys for that.
Yes.
Plans. Okay, yesterday I found out that tickets were going on sale for the Super Bowl Superb Owl Stitch Along. Yes. Lindy Stitches and Hands On Design are doing this. And things were going around Instagram, so everybody was getting on and getting tickets. It's February the 11th from 5 to 10 Eastern Time. And you can go to either one of their Instagram pages and they have links to the tickets. So y'all hop on and do it. You get 2 charts, one from each of them. That we're going to have whip speed dating, which that was going on in Jingle Ball, which I didn't take advantage of that. So this time I am going to do some dating. There's going to be stitching tables, finishing help for those finishing things that we don't know how to do. They're going to help us with that. And other, and you know, Lindy Stitches, I mean, you know, and Kathy, they're a hoot. So it's no telling what all kinds of stuff they're going to do. I think they're going to have a husband's competition on who knows stitchy terms the best.
Oh my.
They called it something else. So
I better start studying.
well, Kathy's husband and Lindy's husband.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I'm out of it.
But you actually know a lot of stitchy terms. Yeah, you do. Yeah, just from doing FlossTube.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You bet.
So anyway, that's in my plans for February. For January, I want to get my 2-whip go done and work on my blessing sampler and work on Martha Welmsley. And if I do my Sunday stitch. Also, next week after next, we've got January 17th, the Wake Forest Library Stitchers, we're doing a road trip. And we're going to Southern Needlework in
Virginia.
Brooknell, Virginia. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'm looking around to see if there's anything I've forgotten. Anything you've forgotten?
Nothing. I think I've shown everything I've got to show.
Okay. I did want to kind of tell you though, I think I spotted on a little bit some of the last year's stats. But I kind of wanted to do them again just real quick. Last year I started with 28 whips, which, yeah, that's not too bad, 28 whips. I ended the year with 45.
How about that? Like a snowball there, right?
Yeah, I had 40 new starts. And the majority, a lot of those were the heart and hand. Tiny town, and then other things too. And then I had 20 FOs, which is pretty good. And then I had 24 FFOs. And I do want to, I know I'm going to have a bunch of starts. I want to get at least 24 FFOs. I want to get some quilting done, so that's, part of my plans too. Jan and Penny's daughter shares, they're doing the FFO challenge for 24 again. They did it last year for 23, and they're doing it again this year. So I'll put that hashtag down below so y'all can follow. And yeah, so that's a lot of fun. Always stuff going on.
A lot of good things to look forward to.
A lot of good things to look
You
forward
want
to.
him? Okay.
Yeah, were you going to read it?
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Real quick, I want to end out with something here that I want actually referring back to what I was talking about earlier there. As I started the beginning of the show with this little light of mine, this comes from a scripture that I would like to share with you from Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 1. It says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. And may the light of the Lord shine in your heart to all the world, bringing peace and joy and love in the true light, which is Christ." God bless you all.
Amen. God bless and happy stitching, y'all. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.